And now I can't remember what I was thinking.
Was COVID kicking my ass?
Yeah. I
I
didn't know
got
if
it.
you had like an opening bit that you wanted to do
No.
beforehand, or if your brain is working at all.
Oh yeah, like I said, my body hurt, my head hurt, and I ran a low temp fever.
Hmm.
That's about it for a day.
Were you vaxxed?
Yeah, I had the J and
And
J though.
ah, see, my brother just got it last week, and I believe he had Moderna, both shots, no booster yet because we got ours late, being slow slack asses that we are.
Same. Listen, I haven't got my booster yet either. I need to. Well,
I can't. I can't get my booster until next month.
booked up
6 months, right?
for what?
Or
The
is
second
it, or is it
shot or the
6 weeks?
booster?
It might be 6 weeks, isn't
It
it?
might be 6 weeks. I don't think it's 6 months. That might be a little high.
I did some
Speaking of
bad
which,
math. Carry on with yourself, because apparently that kills the virus or some shit. I don't know.
technically I'm in Portland, Oregon, and there's studies saying that marijuana is not a real word. I got to remember
Right.
that.
Cannabis, THC.
Cannabis, THC, the magic chemical, helps kill the coronavirus. So right now, while I'm in Portland, Oregon, I'm actually treating myself.
Well, it's not just Portland. I know you fly out to Portland every other day or so because you don't want to break the law. I get that. But there's other places you can go. Hell, you can go to Jacksonville, where I'm at, and get your green card. That's what they call it. Yeah, that's literally what they call it. They have green card establishments. I pass several dispensaries around here. There's a weed ambulance.
Do you not smoke, Frakes?
I don't know.
Why not?
I don't like the way that it affects my brain. It makes me think what I think you think that I might be thinking about at a particular point in time, and it bothers me.
So you should just said paranoia.
Yeah, it ramps my anxiety and my paranoia through the roof. Anytime I smoke with someone else at anybody else's house, I have to get up and do a perimeter check.
That's fair.
Like all the time.
That's how I feel when I'm not smoking. It really like if I like when you start like smoking, your heart kind of starts pounding.
Yeah.
If I was sober, I'd be like, oh God, I'm gonna die. But if I've been smoking, it's oh God, I'm gonna die. And then I'll continue smoking because whatever.
Right.
Because I'm gonna die and that's okay.
Right. Yeah. It's the difference between oh God, nothing matters, and oh God, nothing matters.
You can't see it, but Frakes is doing finger guns with that. He's not, but that's what you're supposed to do with that one.
Yeah, nothing matters. That's where I live. In nothing matters world.
I bounce back and forth in between the two.
Right. I either give no fucks or I give all the fucks.
Yeah, and it sucks.
Yeah. I'm trying to give less fucks because like
give fucks to the things that matter.
Yes.
That's the title of this one.
There was a book that I read recently. Oh, it's The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And it's pretty good for a self-help book because it's funny and it's also kind of like, hey, get your head out of your own ass. Your attention does not need to be on all these things. The world's not going to stop turning if you stop looking at it. Which is a mixed blessing for me because, yes, I am a bit of a self-loathing narcissist.
Both of us are, man.
Yeah, like I hate myself, but I know that I'm better than everyone else around me.
No, I'm not there.
No, that's a hyperbole. I know that I'm not better than everybody around me, but I do notice all the things that I dislike about myself reflected in other people, and that's what I like least about other people.
Well, I mean, that's what we do is so apparently psychology states that like the things that annoy us about people are the things we hate about ourselves.
Yep.
Which makes sense. It sucks, but it's true.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one reason that I really get annoyed when my neighbors play loud music, because I know that when I was younger, I played a lot of loud music. And now it's like, oh God, that was really cringy of me. Like, okay, so
I Facebook has this. Yeah, go ahead.
I was
fuck you, it's my show. I'm going.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Sorry.
You're the one.
Hold
You're
that
the one
thought.
with
Don't
COVID.
forget it. Yeah, I'm special.
It might not be relevant.
It's but like it is, because like how Facebook has this thing. Oh, look what you posted like 6 or 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That hurts my soul. Those were never supposed to be read.
No.
Why did I post that shit? It's just like full of that shitty like lingo, and if I could go back in time, that's why I don't repost those things, because it's like, oh God, I don't post anything now except for our shit that I retweet.
Yeah.
But anyway, go on. But
so in high school, I was trying to learn to play the bass guitar because I wanted to be in a band, and because I thought that it would get me laid.
Everybody wants to be in a band.
Yeah.
I think at some point.
At some point, somebody wants to be in a garage band and, play music. Well, I realized I had no talent at all. I'm like pitch deaf. And
that is the thing. Lord help my brother. Like when we're on the line at the restaurant, he'll try to sing and he's so off like key, it's bad. But I don't want to tell him because I want to keep listening to him.
I want to keep laughing at his pain that he doesn't even know that he has. Well,
because some people are just tone deaf. That's just kind of how it is. It's weird.
Yeah. I'm tone deaf and I'm rhythm blind. I can't time. I mean, y'all have heard me sing on the show. It's an embarrassment. I'm not going to stop though. Because go fuck yourself. It's fun.
As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters.
Yeah. So I had a bass guitar. Parents bought me this bass guitar for Christmas because I said I wanted a guitar, and they're like, "Well, basses are cheap." So
I think guitars are cheaper. Maybe your parents knew how bad your music was. Like, it has 2 less strings. It's got to be easier, right?
It's got to be easier. That's probably exactly what it was. Well, it lasted a whole 3 months, partially because I was really embarrassed about trying to learn and being loud, because I was taught children are supposed to be seen and not heard.
Oh, those were the days.
Yeah. So shut yourself in your room and don't make noise. It's going to make us come calling. Anyway, 6 months later, I traded the bass guitar for a big ass amp for my car speakers. And I bought some speakers. And I used to really be into Insane Clown Posse, wearing my Jinko's jeans with my triple wallet chains.
Hell yeah. I'm all about it.
And I would park in front of gas stations while my friends went in and just blare Insane Clown Posse with all my windows down. Now I was an asshole. Exactly. That's when it draws the line. When you got your windows up and you're just enjoying the boom, boom to yourself, that's fine. But when you start shoving your shitty music down somebody else's throat, I was an asshole.
Listen, so yeah, like I don't care if your cars are loud, if it rumbles, if we're going down the highway, I hear you for a second. But if we're like in a drive-through at a gas station, like
the
in
next door apartment.
Yeah, or like in the middle of a city, like where it's like 5 miles an hour, and there's just turn your shit down a little bit. No one needs to hear your music. No, it's like that fad for a while when people were doing like those like Skittles cars, and like you see those around Walterboro, right? And they would put speakers on the outside.
Yeah,
go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
those are great for a party, not riding down my damn neighborhood.
Yeah, that's like, it reminds me of the movie The Pest with John Leguizamo. Do you remember The Pest?
No.
There's a scene in it where these dude bros in a Jeep roll up blaring AC/DC, and
As one
John
does, yeah.
Leguizamo and his friend are blaring their techno thump thump music, and they start battling each other and turning them up until John Leguizamo hits all the switches, and this giant stack of speakers comes up and like rattles the Jeep apart. And it's like, is this supposed to be? Is he supposed to be the protagonist? Am I supposed to want to emulate that behavior?
I think it's just fun. At least in a card, like that sounds very cartoony, but like
No, it was extremely cartoony. It was
but
John
those like
Leguizamo.
those speaker cars are really fucking dope. I've always thought it'd
Yeah.
be cool if if I had unlimited money, buying a hearse,
Mhm.
putting a coffin in it, and putting speakers inside the coffin as well.
So you can just wheel the coffin out on its track and have these like
Extra speakers, yeah.
block party speakers. I've wanted a hearse since I was 16 and edgy.
Oh, me too, dude. Do you still? I still want one.
I want one of the old school Herman
Yeah.
Munster cars, not one of these new Cadillac hearses that are
I want an
all
old
sleek
like
and shit. An Ecto One hearse. Well, that was technically an ambulance, but
yeah, I know what you mean. They're like the old school hearses, not the new
Yeah.
modern ones.
dude, when I was living in Atlanta, I saw a hearse parked in front of a tattoo parlor that had wrap, like a vinyl or nylon wrap, whatever the
I think it's
wrap
vinyl.
is, the vinyl wrap of realistic looking flames. Like it
That's
looked
cool.
like an explosion on the front, and I was like, "That's dope." I bet
Yeah.
that guy wears a top hat with skull buckles on it.
I want to be that guy.
Yeah, I want to be that guy. I just don't have the confidence to be that edgy.
But I want to circle way back to the playing an instrument thing. Everybody sucks the first time they play an instrument.
Oh yeah,
I can't
yeah.
say that there's a couple people like Mozart, the kid that was writing fucking symphonies at the age of 8.
Yeah,
He
the
was
prodigy.
naturally good. Yeah, he had something to him. But like I've been like playing around with musical instruments and shit, and I just got to remind myself that like this comes from a cartoon, by the way. Sucking at something's the first step of being good at something.
What cartoon is that?
That's Adventure Time, man.
I thought that might be Adventure Time.
Because I want to.
There's
Yeah, go
another
ahead.
line. I have an approximate knowledge of many things,
Yeah,
and that I believe is also from Adventure Time. And I'm like, yeah, that's
my
funny.
favorite one again from Jake the dog. He's talking about like, Jake, this is my favorite coffee cup in the world. My entire favorite thing ever. And he throws it out a window, and now it's gone, and I have to deal with that. Which is one of the reasons I want to get a sleeve of just my favorite cartoon characters going down my left arm. He's gonna be on that for sure.
I remember being this vibrant, life-loving child, just super excited about things.
Love to dance. Love to dance.
Love to dance. Like, dude, Cool in the Gang and Freakazoids Report to the Dance Floor. That shit got me hyped.
It's supposed to.
Now, I don't know, man. I don't know what happened, but like, I know it's age, but I've lost that zeal for life. That's why I get so annoyed at my neighbors for enjoying their music loud. I'm like, oh, you inconsiderate prick. Nobody wants to hear that. I'm like, well, maybe some people do. And who cares? Life is too short to be all downer and miserable all the time. But I can't
All the
stop
time, yeah.
that.
Yeah. You can still do it sometimes.
Yeah.
In fact, you can do it most of the time. But you got to have that other side too sometimes.
Yeah,
That makes
I
sense?
try to, dude, my happiness, and I wrote this in Noob's notes because I wanted to bring it up. My recent jolt of dopamine came from buying new sponges and a new ice cream scoop. And I scooped into the ice cream and I was like, oh yeah, that's good shit. And I stopped. It was like, really? That's what got me hyped now. Huh. I guess I'm old.
No, listen, I've been old. Look who I hang around with. All of you are like twice my fucking age. Well, not
Twice.
that. No, not twice. But at one point it was twice.
That's not how age works, dude.
Yeah, it was. It gets one less each time you go back. So when I was hanging out with you guys when I was 18, what's 18 times 2? 30.
36.
Yeah, Kevin was at least 36.
That doesn't count. Kevin's old. He's
He
4
just
years
turned
older
40.
than me. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, Kevin's also the same age as my dad.
I heard an interesting thing. It's like, you've reached middle age when old people piss you off just as much as young people piss you off. That's when you know you're in the sweet spot of life. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, teenagers annoy the shit out of me. Children, I had to deliver to a fucking daycare today, and there's just this gaggle of I'll say under 6 year olds. So 5, 4, 3, and they're just everywhere. And they're all making noise and they're all being annoying and loud. And I was like, I want to leave now.
Frakes, that's like being upset that the sharks are in the ocean.
I know.
You're at their house.
I know.
Oh, that's good. I don't know, man. I'm really cool with kids between like 2 and 5. Like they're real great. They're real like they talk, but it's like the sentences aren't all the way there. You can tell them to say fuck and they'll say fuck and laugh and run away.
Nope, don't like them.
I don't like either. Children. I don't want them.
I don't know. Well, originally it started with me saying I don't want kids because I was just watching the trajectory of our world and our society into the future. And I was like, unless things change, that's going to be a nightmare world for any children that I have. That's going to be fucking horrible. And now that I'm older and I look back and I realize I was right. If I had had kids at my prime having kid age, those kids would be 20 now. They'd be going out into the job force.
Ugh.
Yeah. Think about that. I'm 40. I know I don't look it right.
I thought you were in your 30s.
No, I just turned 40 this year.
Yeah.
And like if I had kids at 20, they'd be in the job force right now. They'd be struggling. They'd be living with me still because they couldn't find a place.
Hold that thought because I want to talk about that specifically.
Go for it.
I was gonna let you finish your thing. I was gonna hold on to that. I was trying to remind myself to come back.
Oh, I see. You were telling yourself. I thought you were telling me.
Sorry, yeah. Well, you to help me remember, but yes, continue.
We'll come back to the living with or job force part.
Living with.
Gotcha. So now I know in a lot of cultures, living with your parents and even your grandparents and having your grandkids live with you is like absolutely normal.
And that's what I was about to talk about. That's like fucking everywhere else. That's kind of what you do.
Yeah.
It makes so much
live
sense.
Together as a family. You are a family. You stick together. Problem is, families here suck. Like nobody. It's a totally different topic, but
I'll hold on to that because I like where this is going.
Talking about the 20-year-old children. If I had a 20-year-old kid right now, like I'm sure that as soon as I held my baby, girl or boy or whatever, I would instantly fall in love with this child.
Oh, of course.
Would be my entire world, and I would sacrifice anything I had to take care of this new life that I created. I didn't want that.
Yeah.
And I still don't, because I have my own life. It's too short. Yeah. If we get a do-over, sure, I'll try and pump out some youngins then. But now the idea of me as who I am trying to provide for, take care of, instruct, raise a productive member of this society, or even just a functioning human being, that terrifies the fuck out of me. Because I'm barely that.
Because like you don't even have pets, right?
No, I had a cat when I was living in South Carolina because cats are not pets. They're roommates that sometimes you have to dump out their shit box.
Yeah, but I was gonna get to that point. It's like you can get a puppy or like a new kitten, and you're expected to leave it at home by itself for like at least a couple hours. You get a baby, you're not allowed to do that because Mother Nature thought it'd be a good idea to give us big brains and small hips, so we come out half developed.
Yep. Yep. Our skulls aren't even fused when we're born.
Right?
We are the
It's fucked
most
up.
helpless animals once at birth. We're the shittiest animals. I'm just gonna
We're
say
number one. Listen, we're number one. I don't want to hear that. We conquered
no,
the food chain.
that's because we decided to stand up. But as animals, our teeth are flat, our claws are weak, our hearing is terrible, and our eyesight is at
Well,
best.
I would say this: our eyesight, our smelling, and our hearing are all okay.
They're
Like
functioning.
they're functioning and like because most animals you get one and that's it. It's
Yeah.
like the possums. Possums are fucking blind, and I think like blind as fuck, but they can hear and smell really well, but they can't see.
Well, I mean,
I'll
they
take
can see. They can see
it's
enough
just
to realize that's bigger than me.
yeah, but that's about it, and that's not a
Yeah.
good way to live.
No. No. Well, I mean, their brains are also really small. I'd like to see a possum try and create a fucking com- combustible internal combustion engine. Oof, I
The
couldn't even get the
bombardier
word
beetle
out.
can do it. You heard of
Bombardier
a
beetle.
bombardier beetle?
They'd have well, they those are the ones that
Have two storage chemicals in their ass, and if they like open up two valves, it shoots boiling liquid out the back.
yeah. I was gonna say it's not fire and it's not steam, but it's like an acid almost.
Mm-hmm. Charles Darwin fucked up because his hands were full and he was like studying shit, so he put one in his mouth, not knowing what it was to help carry it, and it fucked him up.
Yeah, I bet it did.
He put the one exploding beetle in his mouth.
Is that right before he wrote that one little journal entry that's just like none of this makes any sense. Everything is terrible and I want to die.
I think so. I think I know that. Let me look this up.
Yeah, I need to make sure I'm not misquoting Darwin
Ooh, I
like
know.
everyone else does.
Fun fact about Darwin though is he was actually a devout Christian. He
Mm-hmm.
himself struggled with his own faith while doing his research.
Yeah. But I am very
Poorly today.
poorly today. And I want you to see this exactly as I wrote it, so you know this is that's.
Oh wait, but I am very poorly today and very stupid and hate everybody and everything.
That's it. That's it. That's the fucking quote.
Oh,
Oh,
what a really cool, just like he's a cool human. He saved the turtles, those fucking
yeah.
Galapagos boys.
Little short on the dodos though. Couldn't quite get to them in time.
Yeah, but are we really missing anything by not having dodos besides maybe a cool meat to eat?
Yeah, a cool meat to eat that is like if we hadn't hunted them to extinction.
Which is impressive, by the way. Hunting
No,
anything to
it's not because
no,
they
that's
would
a lot
approach
of
you
them.
right after you clubbed another one.
But there was a lot of them, though. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, you really had to sit there and be killing them.
Well, it's like the bison, like
That was the
the
game close.
American bison. We almost did it.
And
And
they
do
were
you know
just shooting
how
them for
we almost
fun.
did it? Yeah, exactly. They would get up on a train, and as they were going through bison territory, they would just shoot them and leave them. Fuck you.
Yeah,
That's
right?
so goddamn wasteful. You had
That's what
bison?
happened. No, I've had it before. It's all
It's
right.
delicious. It's
Basically
almost as good
beef.
as ostrich.
I'm not have ostrich.
Ooh, it is. Ostrich is like
It's real good for you, I heard.
duck venison beef.
I heard it's real good for you. It's like red meat.
It's yeah. Like try to blend those three tastes in your mouth: duck, venison, beef.
I got you.
That's
On
ostrich.
the other hand, fuck ostriches because they're fucking terrifying. And they can kill you.
Yeah, but they're less likely to kill you than, say, an emu
Or
or a
cassowary.
cassowary.
Rhea, however, Rhea are pretty safe.
Rhea?
Rhea are safe. They're like ostriches, but they don't kick.
Hmm.
They have like please phone. Like they do bite, but like it's not enough to kill you, but they don't kick. They're really weird. I follow a
I've never
YouTube
heard
guy
of
that
them.
has some of them. They're like just
Never
big
heard of this
birds.
bird.
They're smaller than an ostrich, but I think bigger than a. Actually, I think they're just a little bit smaller than a cassowary.
Well, cassowaries are about 5.5 to 6 feet tall.
Yeah, so a little bit smaller than them. They're about 4 feet tall.
Okay. Emus, so they're about the same size as an emu.
Probably, yeah.